I would say I've shot a lot of elk with 6.5, but the 308 is fine too, or the 8.6. I like the 12-inch barrel 8.6 a lot, and the 16 if you want to shoot supers. Any of those. If you want to shoot beyond, 300 to 400 yards, you might want to go with a longer barrel, 20-inch barrel or something. But yeah, they all work fine. Pick a good bullet. A Barnes, an ELDX, something like that. Man, I don't know. It's underway. I thought it would have been by now, but I always say that about every product. But you'll have it when it's ready. We're trying so hard. I mean, it's easy to fuck up, and it's hard to build bridges back. So we're trying our best to put stuff out there that's done and tested and complete and ready without cutting corners. We'll do similar cans in steel, but I don't really view them as replacements. And we're going to let the market decide. Man, I don't do that. I don't really do those ETAs. I try not to, but I break my own rule like every day. But I wish it were out last year, and I hope it's out this year, but it might be next year. But things are going great with it, and it's fucking incredible. It'll be worth the wait. I don't smoke cigars. I couldn't because I think it's silly. I mean, these cans to do a whole bunch of calibers, I just think is silly. If you want to suppress 9mm, get a 9mm silencer. If you want to suppress a 30 caliber rifle round, get that. I'm not going to go and test subsonic 9mm or subsonic 300 through a 9mm can. I'll leave that up to you guys. I just think it's silly. Yeah, kudu in Africa is about like an elk, and I don't even know the number of kudu I've killed with 8.6. So it's more than sufficient for an elk, even with a short barrel, an 8 or a 12-inch barrel, all day. An elk's not a difficult animal to kill. Caleb's shown me stuff on it. Best of luck to him. It's a cool concept. But I don't know. I haven't talked to him in depth about it, and I don't know that they've ever developed and manufactured a firearm. But Caleb Cry's a brilliant, brilliant guy. And if he wants to actually do it, I suspect he can. The Rector 9 and the Tyrant 9 that we developed at AAC, those are the quietest 9mm cans. No, because it doesn't have a position for full auto, which is required for full auto. It's twofold. I think they've done a good job commercially and marketing, but they're not real. They're not real compared to us. They don't have real engineers, mechanical engineers. They don't do testing. They don't do QC themselves. They don't manufacture their own products. They sit around and do some marketing and design product, and they outsource it to someone 3,000 miles from them. And they don't see the silencers before they ship them. So I kind of, in that sense, I think Dead Air is a joke. And it's so funny because they get such a reputation for being nice guys, and their customer service is so good. Like, the customer service should be done 90% of it before you ship a product. That's customer service. I get such a reputation for being such an asshole, but, nice guys like Mike Pappas and that Todd that pretends to be a mechanical engineer that works for them, that's all over the internet answering every question. Where the fuck are they with this Sierra 5 thing? They're not willing to say anything. That shows what kind of guys they are, and that shows what Dead Air is. You internet guys are a bunch of fickle, hypocritical motherfuckers. Can you imagine if we put out a silencer where the baffles just crumbled apart after like one magazine, what people would be saying? And people on the internet are saying, poor Dead Air, blame their vendor who makes it for them to their design. Like, pay for some testing and some real engineers and some real fucking design. And as long as the consumer market supports companies like that, they're going to keep building bullshit for you. And that's how I feel about it. If Todd and Mike were stand-up guys, if they were great guys, they would respond to this, explain what happened and how they're going to fix it. That's what they would do. But where are they? It's fucking crickets when something goes wrong. You know, and with that said, kicking them in the nuts. We make mistakes every day. And when we fuck that up, yeah, I don't send some PR guy to make some vague bullshit statement. I do the videos saying what happened and what we're going to do. And as best I can, why it happened, how it's not going to happen again, and how we failed you. But I don't see shit from them. It's fucking pathetic. And it's pathetic that people are defending them. No, knowing who you are, the answer is probably yes. But overall and generally, the answer is no. Because I don't want somebody making some bullshit, some dead air Sierra 5 shit for our guns. So this puts me in the dilemma of I have to decide to do this because there's so many guns out there now. Because I want to support you guys. Or I've got to bring someone in-house to make custom barrels for you guys and provide those. So that's an interesting thought. And I'll meet with some guys tomorrow at the company. And we'll sort out what the overall right thing is to do. And we'll put something in motion either way. And I'll let you guys know. All the tears from the Sierra 5 owners. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Well, it's so great because there's actually going to be 3 boxes. And, I mean, I own the company and I would pay 10 or 20 grand for each one of the boxes. So, this is going to be a fun contest. And judging by today, the website getting broken, I would imagine these are going to sell out quick. We have a fixed number of shirts and stuff this time. And this is going to be a fun one. I mean, our goal is to make it better every time. And we don't always succeed. But, you know, this isn't really like a profit generator for us. It's something that's fun that we want to do. You know, I don't know. I mean, I would just walk in and get one. Or if I were a dealer or distributor, I would send fancy tequila to Tori at the office because she's in charge of allocation and drinks fancy tequila. And those would be my 2 methods. Well, thanks for the opportunity. I'm not sure I have to sell it at this point because I think we've sold close to the majority of them in 36 hours. But it's not just a shirt. There's other stuff. And, you know, even if it were just a raffle where you got a ticket to potentially win one of these 3 prizes, I would do it if I were eligible and I own the place. I mean, depends on how far you're going to shoot. If you're going to your local 100-yard range, you don't need a 20 MOA. And I don't think Reptilia does a 20 MOA mount. We have 6 and 12 mil rails, but that's only if you're going to shoot far. Otherwise, you don't need it. But the Reptilia mount, faux show. Faux show. Well, I don't think that we're going to do it because that's just not what I do. But, you know, if Illicit wants to make mags, custom mags for our guns, we can send them in them. But I'm not devoting resource to painting magazines, even though I like them and think it's cool and I use them when he sends them to me. Make my guns look sharp on that Instagram. But we got innovation to be putting resources to. So I'll be in Atlanta for the Johns Creek event, I'm pretty sure. And that's later in August, maybe the 26th, something like that. Maybe like the last Saturday in August. Probably have it on the website or something. But I should be there for that because we actually are having doing the drawing for the winner of the mystery shirt a day early on the 24th instead of the 25th, so I can get down there for that event. Because, you know, all the flights are all fucked up and delayed and stuff now. So I don't know if I'll be there before then. But I don't know. I ain't hanging out with people I don't know before then. That's only those events. And if you bring like a cute cousin or something. I asked the other day and didn't get a clear answer on when the next bag's coming out. This animal series is a series of 3. And I don't know when the next one's coming. It's got to be pretty soon, I would think. It's been a minute since we did the last one. We're trying to do some others. It's just so expensive to get stuff made in America. So we've got a couple designs working with a couple companies, and we're trying to dumb them down somewhere it's affordable. But, we've had quotes on bags that to us for $300. So it just probably makes it impossible for us to buy a bunch of them and resell them. I want to do it, and it's really not a moneymaker for us, but it's got to make sense because it takes up space and it takes resource and employees and design and, focus, and we could be doing other things that are our own things. But we have to have gun bags, so I understand it, and I want to. I want to. If not now, we should soon. We need to probably find a dealer there. New Zealand, like Germany, South Africa, there's several countries I want to start with, and we actually have exported to South Africa now twice. So we're going to get that squared away where we can try to regularly export in volume there to support that market. But I want to go to New Zealand and other places like that where hunting is really prevalent. But yeah, send an email to info@liveqordie.com and we'll get it started that way. Thank you. And I agree. Man, depends on what you're going to be doing. The Voodoo stuff is nice. I love Swarovski. The new Leupold stuff is nice for that 308, depending on how far you're going to shoot. Their Mark V series is wonderful. The 3.6 to 18 or the new 2 to 10. Night Force makes great stuff. There's lots of companies. Trijicon just sent me a 1 to 6, and that seems nice. So it depends on your budget. I've got scopes that are $500 and $3,500. So to me, how far are you going to shoot? What are you going to do with it? And what's your budget? And I would generally recommend a Reptilia mount. The Night Force mount's also very good. The steel silencers, the BoomBox, and the 5.56 Honey Badger. And probably most of all, I'm not sure, because it seemed to sort of have died a little bit. I think it's on the roadmap, but it might be as an accessory barrel and bolt. But I don't know if it got pushed or if it's this year. But it'll happen because I still want 6.5 Grendel. And I know the bolts they were in process, but I haven't seen them yet. I have one of the prototype bolts, but I haven't seen the production ones yet. Man, I can't speak for Reptilia. I don't know. But I can say that we have top rails in 6 and 12 mils. Man, I don't know. But I'll try to remember to force them to get that stuff posted this week. I would say at this point, you're probably looking at the beginning of Q3. We'll do them. It'll be starting to get cold here. For the most part, depends on what caliber you mean, and also probably refer to the manual. But yes, you're talking 300 blackout, designed for both. Super and subs will work for both unless you have some shit subs like 308 with slow twist and the bullet is coming out of there. Might ding your silencer. The truth is, even if it's your fault, we generally fix every silencer for free. But stop buying those Reardon mounts. I'd rather you shoot subs than that shit. Yes. I don't know. Maybe one day. We'll see. It depends on timing and things we want to do. Right now, it's not super interesting to us, and it's a crowded market. And, everything's got to be at a certain price point. You guys are spoiled with those Glock prices and basic AR prices. And I think we all have to get inspired by, having a concept that's an improvement enough or a new enough capability where it makes sense. And I don't know that any of us have found that yet. Thomas, let me forget that. I was supposed to approve something for that today, but they're actually in stock and we just need to post it up, and we didn't want it to interfere with the mystery shirt thing. So I don't know how many thousand we got in stock. This one's pretty funny. And I assume they'll sell out and we'll be out again. But I did see that we just got a bunch of the black multicam in as well. Came in the same shipment because we sourced those to a friend of ours, Black Point Tactical. I contracted those to make those from us from the beginning. And so we just got both versions in. You and me too, man. Meeting about it today is amazing. I thought the 5.56 would be the last one introduced, and I think it's going to be the first one. So yeah, we're ass backwards on a lot of things, but things are getting straightened out. It's the reality is we grow too fast for me to ever keep my word on these ETAs and stuff. So I think hopefully we'll sort a lot of that out over the next coming year. But those things should be out pretty soon. I mean, things are going good with the development of those and bringing those to market. But we're just, honestly not in a hurry because the titanium stuff is still selling really well. And we want it to be as good as possible. We don't want to have a Sierra 5 fiasco on our hands. The BoomBox is going to be introduced in 8-inch. And that's great for super and sub, and that puts the gun in the size and weight that we wanted, under 5 pounds, and I forget the length, but it's very short. So it's barely any bigger, heavier than a honey badger, but you get 3 times the capability and range. And then 12-inch, and there'll be 16-inch, or 13-inch and 16-inch. And 13 and 16 will be an 8.6, 6.5, and 308. And right now we have a special barrel at 6 inches that's a kind of a sub-only offering, but that might just be a military thing, or it might go away. We'll see what happens. Dude, you're welcome. And isn't that the case? Like, those sling swivels suck butt. They're heavy, loud, they're noisy, they get all bound up, they release when you don't want them to. Paracord is 100 times better. And it's cool. You don't have to tie it and cut it and burn it back or tie another one on there with the Sling Devil. Easy pleasy. So, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I don't know why. I think I just fixed it. But just don't be saying or any dumb shit on my page or tagging me and shit nonstop. I don't know if you did. I don't know what happened there. I don't even know if I did it because I don't always run it. But, yeah, I don't know why some people, and this isn't direct to you because I don't know if you did this or not, but tag me in shit I don't care about every day. Like, fuck off with that. Like, we can be cool, but if you do not spend the night at my house, don't tag me in random shit unless it's 100% awesome. Yep, they will. And what they're going to go on or what will mount to them, I'm not prepared to say, but yes, there's going to be 30 caliber flash hiders. Faux show from Q. I was wondering that too. I don't know what the fuck's up with them. I think their videos are great, and I wanted to go down there and do some videos with them, but yeah, they've been weird about us recently, and I asked people at the office, and they don't know. But, whatever, their videos are cool. I don't care if they want to act like douches or if it's unintentional. I'll watch their videos when it's got interesting content. But yeah, when you do 8.6 stuff and you don't mention us or include our stuff, you're being a douche. Man, there's so much good hunting in Texas. My current favorite, and it could be because shout out to Ram, my guide down at the King Ranch. Motherfucker's awesome. I love nilgai. They're tough, and it's been interesting testing 8.6 on them. But, in Texas, hunting pig, whitetail, coyotes, aoudad, mule deer, elk, black buck, axis deer I love. Like, man, I get after it in Texas. I'm getting a little too old to stay up all night with nods, but man, Texas is a wonderful place. Yeah, I should probably immigrate to Texas. No, man, I wish. I did just export some for a friend of mine over there, but it cost us a $250 fee per silencer for the State Department to export them for commercial purposes, so it's not worth it. But we may manufacture silencers over there one day if we get all the ITAR stuff worked out. We can manufacture silencers and then distribute everywhere, because the silencers there would even be very different than what we do here, because the focus really in South Africa and other like similar countries as far as the hunting culture, the silencers really are for hunting and bolt actions, and that's kind of a different thing than we primarily do here. So I hope to be able to do something over there. Yeah, it actually changed names since I graduated. I'm so old, but yeah, My undergraduate degree is from Georgia College, which is now Georgia College and State University, I believe. And I don't know, probably 10 or 12 years ago, they came to my farm and did an article on what we did, which was funny because they wanted to do it for like 5 years, but the university wouldn't give them permission since I was in the gun industry. Bunch of fucking collegiate idiots, but yeah. My parents actually lived there on the lake still. Many of the new cans will use the existing cherry bomb, and many of the new cans will accept a longer version and flash hiders. And then some of the new cans will use the larger cherry bomb, like we use on, for instance, the pork chop and the short chop, and the tall boy, which you guys probably don't even know about yet. No, we don't need another headquarters. I would be open to, as the company grows, if we split something off and put somewhere else where it makes sense, or somewhere else I would like to live or have a ranch or something. But, we will always have a tie to New Hampshire, and I will be loyal to it. But I don't know. We'll see how things go. I mean, I'm not going to spend 12 months a year in New Hampshire anymore. But, I'll spend a bunch of time in Africa, but I'm also not moving anything there permanently. Man, I don't know. I'm just, I'm day by day. Our website, or, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a nice silencer. I saw it, and I thought the same thing. They finally made a Trash Panda. But, I mean, it's nothing new. Like all these wannabe companies, whether it's CGS or Dead Air. I mean, I'm actually more impressed with Silencer Co. recently than any of the other companies. But everybody went from 1.5 inch copying the stuff we did at AAC to the 1 3/4 inch tubeless stuff to the taper mount, where they want to lie and say it's a Xeno or a Reardon thing. It's I mean, at least Silencer Co. is doing better and doing different things, but yeah, that's a flimsy copy, but looks nice. Good on them. So, didn't you email? Your email address is in there. So Amy said, check your email, dum. See if you got a confirmation. If you didn't, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because I don't really order stuff from us. But I think it'll be your email. The text is probably just some elaborate scheme so that we can get you on our text list so we can text you when we have like sales or new product drops and stuff like that. Otherwise, info@liveqordie.com and little Liam will take care of it. I don't get it. And I asked the other two people in the car that work at the company and they don't get it either. So maybe we're just getting old. But I don't know, but I know we approved some job listings yesterday. I think there's constant jobs available. But you also have to be innovative to work at innovative company. 16-inch 300 blackout sugar weasel. Yes, that is on the board to do. But the 5.56 has been very popular, and I understand it makes a lot of sense. So we're producing those currently. But we will have a 300 blackout one. No, I don't think foreign countries are eligible because we can't ship you the prizes. Kind of giving it away. That's going to be some guns, but we are a gun company. No, I think that it's U.S. only. Well, I mean, that's a tricky question, recommending AAC cans. I don't know anything or anyone at the new company. I haven't really seen any of the cans they produce now, but I assume they're probably going to be pretty good. It doesn't look like they're straying very far from what we did. And I don't know, after I left, I don't know what Remington was doing and if they made a lot of bullshit like they did with everything else. But, there are still groups that still use AAC cans that we sold to the military years ago. And they were great for the time. And the Element 2 silencer is incredible. The original, excuse me, Tyrant 9 was great. The Titan, a lot of them were way ahead of their time and still better than a lot of stuff today. I don't know. I honestly don't even know how much they are. I think the Scar is interesting, but like the 5.56, whatever, it's less accurate and bigger and heavier than an M4, so I don't really get that one so much. Although, FN makes great guns. The Scar Heavy I thought was interesting because we didn't have a great 308 rifle at the time. But I mean, with me saying those things and that I like them pretty well, I don't really shoot them or care about having one, so I don't know. Because, I said it last night, they don't have real engineers and don't do real testing. They don't do the stuff in-house. They source it thousands of miles away and don't see the stuff, or they ship. It's terrible. It's embarrassing for them, the Sierra 5 thing, but it's horrible for all the customers. And I don't know, I just think it's a joke, the way they're doing things. I don't want our company to grow at a faster rate than we can continuously improve the quality. And unfortunately, that's not everybody. Most people just chase money. And, it's easy to pretend to be something on social media, but, this won't be the last time unless they change the way they do business. And it's way more expensive to do business the way, real companies and gun companies do business. When you have real engineers and do real testing and real quality control, it's expensive. And I'm getting old, so I like light beer now, basically most of the time. I don't drink a ton of beer, I guess, now. And hoodies. We should have hoodies. We've really sucked at this forever, basically. But we do need more hoodies and shirt designs, and if they're not on the site, then we don't have them. But it'll be getting cool in New Hampshire soon, so I want hoodies as well. You just buy one from one of our dealers. So I see them available, or at least, I don't know if they're available now, but I see them posted on Instagram stories and stuff. Any of our dealers, there should be a list of our dealers on our website, or you could probably just do a quick Google search. That's what us old people do, and stuff just pops right up. Brainstorm ideas. Usually when I'm feeling creative, I annoy everyone that would be involved in whatever we're working on and make them huddle up, and then usually give them beers. And usually a whiteboard's involved or a video. So that's pretty much how I do it. And then favorite podcasts, there's been some good ones. The Trey Knight ones are really good, along with the Chris Barrett ones. I learned a ton with the EOTech ones, and then we've had some great, retired guys from the military that were in some of the groups that we've supported over the years that were active during the height of the war, and those are some pretty funny stories. But I enjoy doing them and the conversations. So there's a lot of good ones. Accent. Whatever, man. So 300 blackout ammo. The Barnes 110 is incredible. I've never shot any 300 blackout ammo that was better than that. If you want subsonic, there is the Screet Ballistics has good ammo. The Sub X works well. I've shot stuff with that. There's a lot of good ammo companies out there now. The SIG subsonic expanding ammo is good, but if you get something probably from Gorilla, SIG, Hornady, Discreet, any of those companies will be pretty good. But for super, I've never shot anything better than the Barnes 110. Man, I don't even know what that means. I know what handgun and rifle mean, but these acronyms, it doesn't mean what the fuck. WTF, WML. But the kid in the back seat, teenager in the back seat, looked it up. Weapon mounted light. Okay. I like the Surefire ones because they give me free lights, basically, and they work good. But I don't know. I know there's several companies that are popular now, and they've actually sent us lights as well. But I've only, to be honest, I've only ever really used the Surefire lights for hunting or anything like that at night. So that's the only experience I have. And I have a Surefire light on a handgun that I use, and also on my rifles. So I'm probably not the person to ask, but you also, I don't know, asking any forums or on Reddit is probably a stupid idea too. I don't know what that is, so I don't have any opinion on it. So I don't have a ton of experience with rugged, but like looking at it, it's a lot of 1.5 inch stuff. It seems like kind of older technology, well made. Better mounting system than most people. I don't know. Now everyone really copies the quickie mounts. There's probably lots of good ones. Their stuff looks nice, but I don't know how it's exceptional in any way. I mean, it might be, but we've shot and tested some of them, but nothing's really stands out other than they do a good job with aesthetics and attention to detail. Yeah, those are underway, so we should have direct mounts for the fix. I'm hoping by SHOT Show. So we've made some revisions and stuff like that. We're probably not going to have everything at once. We're probably going to have, for the fix, the 34 millimeter first, and we'll probably follow it up with 30 and then 35, and then probably mini fix after that. But it's actively being worked on, so it'll be in production soon. Bet it's 8.6 is perfect for those animals. I've taken a lot of large animals with it, and it's great, especially like moose or something where you're typically going to be in a thick area, that you can have a compact, lightweight gun that's very effective. So I think it's beautiful for that, and I've shot some a lot of elk size animals with it. It's the same size as a kudu, basically. I don't know that we sell direct anymore, but you can buy it from Silencer Shop or any of our distributors or dealers. We're shipping them every day, so there have to be some out there. The dealer locator is on our website, but Silencer Shop, I know, or any of the other distributors can send directly to your dealer. Yeah, there's a difference in the carriers. Moving forward, we're going to integrate our new 2-piece carrier system into all the guns. So newer guns will start to have them at some point. I don't know when every gun's going to get them. I don't know. Marketing's getting lazy, and we're moving it. Podcasts were done in my house, like during COVID and then after, and we moved creative to a new building, and we're setting up a podcast room now. And I've been traveling a lot as well, so we do need to do some more. That's a good point, but I think there are a couple more coming out, but beyond those we've recorded, I don't actually have any scheduled right now, but I want to continue to do them, and we will.